Okay, cool. So today, I just want to show you guys how we stencil mandala tattoos on a knee, because they are sort of notoriously bumpy and bobbly, and then they have sort of indents and things like that. So they can be a little tricky and a little bit annoying, but there's a really, really easy way to do it. So I thought this leg piece was a great opportunity to do it, given that we have like a really symmetrical straight line down the leg here. And yeah, so let's just get to it. So when we're stenciling a mandala on the knee, we want to find our center point. I've had a little play around to find that, but to show you guys how it's done, what we do is we elevate the knee and we bend it, and then we can see here, we can see that the front of the kneecap. So this is the kneecap area here. And so we know that we're gonna put our dot right there. So we line it up with our central line on our pattern. And then this is where we're headed, right there for our center knee dot. When you straighten the knee, you can see that sits really nicely in the center of the kneecap there. Make it prominent, because then that leads us to our next little technique. So here's the mandala stencil that we're going to be putting on today. So what we want to do, so we're able to see that dot, is to take our Sharpie and just punch a hole in the center. Now, when we come over this, we can find that red dot, nice and easy. So when I'm stenciling a mandala onto a knee, I have the leg straight like this, laid on a bench. If we bend the knee, it just makes too much of a dome to be able to get the stencil to work around it, and it sort of ends up like folding in on itself around the edges. So we keep the leg nice and flat like this. We want to make a sort of rough guideline for ourselves at the center where we can see, and then slightly above. And this will give us a sort of visual guide on matching up the points. So we're sort of not lost in space, you know, so we know where we're going. We can match this point to here and this point to here. So quite simple, the leg's already shaved, cleaned and prepped. All we're going to do is apply stencil stuff. I've used it for my whole entire tattoo career, and I think it's great. Lots of people are always asking how I keep my stencils on so well. Well, I mean, I've used stencil stuff. I struggle to get them off. The trick is to apply it, let it start to dry out, and get a sort of sticky feeling to it. And then apply the stencil, let it adhere for a few seconds, take it away, and then allow that stencil to dry for like 5 to 10 minutes. So we just keep working the stencil stuff until it starts to almost sort of like warm up on the skin, and it starts to get a sort of slight sticky feeling to it. And that's about there. Wipe your hands off. Grab the stencil. So we're just finding that central dot and pushing it on. Push it down in line with the bottom dot. Support it here and do the same with the top. And now we're gonna apply the stencil by rolling it over the knee side to side and fanning our hands out as we apply it. We've got that piece on, and then move forward over to the next side. Then we come around to the other side of the knee. And we do the same. Peel away. Perfect. This as expected here. It's where the skin's slightly drier at the bottom of the knee. It's that area of the knee where if you kneel down or anything like that, you tend to, that's the contact point. So that skin dries a lot quicker. It's also a lot more absorbent, so it takes in the stencil stuff. So always expect this, but this can be touched up with a Sharpie. So if I just release the phone here, I'll be able to show you guys now. We have the mandala sitting around the knee. So the mandala is unwarped, but it warps around the knee nicely and fits in that gap perfectly. And that's it. Mandala stencil on a kneecap. Want to thank everyone for subscribing, and yeah, stay tuned for more tattoo tips and tricks.